Good evening and welcome to our NGS cast of this evening. Today we have a division I haven't even correctly named. Give me a moment. We have a Division A game with the teams of Boogans Forever tasting? Not quite the right word, but facing Icecrown Citadel Archons. Right, let's see how we got to this Tomb of the Spider Queen map. We did see Boogans Forever banning out both those two-lane team fighting maps of Battlefield of Eternity and the Praxis holdout, while Icecrown Citadel Archons banned out a couple of bigger ones that also do involve some team fight of Sky Industries and Sky Temple. Anyway, let's not dally too long. Let's actually get into the series, as I will push the right buttons, queue it up, and let's get on in. Right, I did actually do it right for the first time in a row. Let's see what's happening here. On the left-hand side of Boogans Forever, we have Tom Peace on that Rexar, Bummernaut on that's a good name. Bummernaut on the oh gosh, Diablo, Thundercats on that Anduin, Non-Champion on the Mephisto, and Campbell AZ. Campbell as? Campbell as? I don't know. Campbellas on the Tychus. On right-hand side, we see Jacqueline Hyde on the shoot, I can't remember that character's name. Joanna, Akari on the Blaze, Jaeger on the Vala, Bob on the Thrall, and Snarfungus on the Brightwing. We do actually see that Bob did pick up that Crash Lightning early on, so we're likely to see the offlane Blaze. We see Jacqueline fighting a bear in the bottom bush. Bummernaut getting hit by a trap, and that will actually be a decent amount of damage coming out onto the Misha, but nothing quite finding hold. Bummernaut able to step up quite aggressively into the enemy, but not much else found. Other stacking things to note, we do have both... Well, Bummernaut got very low there, actually. Whoops, lost a bit of distraction, and actually hasn't chosen a level 1 yet. Would like to point that out. But we do see that there is a... Oh, shoot, I can't remember what thing's called. Creed of a Hunter picked up by the... Vala, Laws of Hope by Joanna, New Habits by the Blaze, and that's a lot of spraying going on down here. And the Crash Lightning, or as some people like to refer to it as Trash Lightning by Thrall. We do actually have a lot of abilities being traded out at the top, but we see Creed of a Hunter actually getting stacked up relatively quick. Keep in mind, Creed of a Hunter has that Gambit talent on it. Bob gets flipped, Phase Shift comes in from Snarfungus, trying to keep them alive, however they will go down to the end to what looks like just a Mephisto auto attack. Jaeger has to use Roll to get out. Jacqueline Hyde trying their best to help him out. That's 29, 30, 20 health, and no, the fire barely finds that Vala as they go down. That's very unfortunate, very, very unfortunate indeed. That is rough. Right. Sorry, let me just make sure I'm back on the right screen as I'm going to follow it back, as we do see just these general rotations coming out more and more as this top mid, top mid, top mid. It's kind of just what you see generally until teams start to have each turn, in which we see at the bottom. And what I found out recently from a wonderful caster themselves is that these segments will glow if you have a turn in, so no math required, which is a miracle. Actually, we do see Blaze starting to get collapsed on Campbell. I don't know how to say their name. Campbellas. I hope someone will tell me one day. Is getting that minigun out, giving people that gun, giving them bullets, giving them a lot of flack. I don't know, but we do see the damage coming out. Bummernaut trying their best to keep up with Jacqueline Hyde. Jacqueline Hyde, however, playing a bit too defensive and playing actually well around the walls to make sure we don't get charged. Runs right in front of wall there, but we do see this store coming out onto Bummernaut. Jaeger stepping up. Keep in mind that they did go the Gambit talent, so they have already lost one stack of that. And I like Lightwell personally. I think this is a great talent. It adds so much extra sustain, but we do see just like sitting around a good place, and we see Bummernaut just sitting in it, making sure that they are getting that extra bit of healing. This is a good early camp for Icecrown Citadel Archons, as just adding that extra pressure will do so much like in this short run. Sure, you don't have it pushing against any sort of wave. That's the first segment of Vala's quest getting done. Sure, you don't have this camp now pushing against any sort of web weave or anything like that, but it did actually get a little bit of wave priority in favor of ICCA. And Thrall just trying their best to continue stacking that Crash Lightning, which we're already at 5. That's very good for a Thrall. Oh, that is a flip stun. We see Phase Shift coming out to Bob. Actually, Bob losing a lot of health. And that will be Diablo going down first. Thundercats trying to pick up their gems. Not able to quite pick up all of them. We do see still a few just sitting over here. But that is, all in all, a good pick for ICCA. We're already at level 6, as I should mention. We're getting through these early levels relatively fast, as there has been actually kills traded for both sides. Well, not much is being lost in waves, so speaking about kills being traded out, we do see actually Akari managing to live. Playmaster Raka coming into the chat. Oh, it's good to see you, Raka. It's very nice to have you here with me this evening. Even if you were a bit disappointed I did not play against you in the offlane earlier today. But we do see that the red team did get the web weavers first. And I actually would like to say, Raka, I have remembered that the gem counts will glow if you have Turner now. Math not required. Thank God, as I am abhorrent at math. But yeah, we do see the red team pushing on this mid web weaver. I'd like to see Frawl just hit this top one up here, just because we do see such a heavy 4-man defense coming. I've pushed the wrong button entirely. I didn't mean to click control one. As we do see such a heavy defense coming out in that mid lane. We do see Inverrhythm coming out from Tychus, as a thing to mention, as well as Piercing Light from the Anduin. Actually, we do see this front gate going down. What is happening down here? Jaeger has to back out, low health, low mana, just running out of resources. Bob actually playing a bit with fire here. Bumnort trying to step up and reach him. And we do see Varut coming out, Bumnort getting a flip, and there'll be a charge back into wall. No, that was an excellent poly coming out by Starfungus, meaning that Bumnort was not able to get the charge back into their keep range. Starfungus using that cleanse. Bit interesting there, but it feels like the Mephisto would have gone the slow. Yep, Frost Storm on Mephisto, where he is using his Lightning Nova, and also in Shade form, he will, well, he'll slow anyone hit by that Lightning Nova. Oh, that'll be Thundercats getting collapsed upon getting very low, and they'll be taken out by Vala. However, Vala will get dove on by Bumnor, able to get out with very little health. Now, again, a reminder, they're just trying to preserve that Gambit stack, those Gambit stacks as much as possible. Oh, we did see Facial come back out. Akari doing their best to pressure out Tom. This is actually a very hard matchup for players. Sure, they're able to sustain through a lot of it, but just Rexar can actually do a substantial amount of damage. It's a hero I love playing, and we do see Bumnor rotating down. My mouse is getting stuck on something for no reason whatsoever. We're fine though. And this will be turning over for the side of Boogans forever. Should be interesting to see what happens here. We do see that ICCA are closer to 10s, something that really you kind of need. And I should be interested to see how we go into this Webweaver phase. I think they have a little bit less Webweaver quick. Actually, Jaeger does help fix that quite a bit. There's an excellent amount of damage coming up from non-champion. That one Lightning Nova alone taking out a decent chunk of Jaeger itself, and it should be mentioned that they are that Lightning Nova build that will hurt a lot in the late game. We do see 10s coming through from the side of ICCA, while we're getting a little bit cagey here on the side of Boogans forever. We're not quite entirely sure. We do see Joanna getting that stun off. I would have liked to see maybe Shield picked up here. However, there's an excellent kill. We do hear the Beyblade coming out and the Earthquake. That is in the Blessed Shield. Non-champion does try to teleport out. However, they will be tilting back into the middle of the red team and go down, stalling out their life. Maybe not quite the right play. But yeah, that was an excellent fight by the side of ICCA. They knew they had their abilities. They knew they were able to go hard. We see Brightwing phase shifting down to Akari. Stepping a bit in front of a wall here, not the best idea when there is a Diablo around, but there's a very good defense by the side of ICCA. Bob also joining the party. Yeah, to quickly run over 10s, we did see Strafe come out from Avala, Blessed Shield from Joanna. I'm just going to open this so people can see every talent as well, and I can mouse over something if I forget. Bunker by the... Is it just called Bunker? Bunker Drop by the Blaze. Earthquake by Frawl, and Frawl, I should mention, has an Ancestral Wrath at 7, adding that extra % damage to help deal with Diablo in the late game. And Blink Heal from Brightwing. Brightwing. On the left-hand side of Boogans Forever, we do see the Unleash for Boars from Rexar. Durance of Hate from the Mephisto, leaning very much into this combo kind of build. What is that? Commandeer Odin from the Tigers? It kind of anti-synergizes with Inverrhythm. But we're likely to see the heal, that means, come out at 13 with that minigun. Anyway, speaking more of talents, we do have a Lightning Breath from Diablo. That Lightning Breath W build picking up a lot of momentum recently, actually, as we do see it gets a lot of damage once that 13 hits. He gets the spell armor, not the spell armor, the spell power for people hit with it. We're actually looking at the mid, we do see Jackman Hyde being ran in on. Jaeger actually losing a lot of health here. Bumnor trying to step up to get to them, however, does not manage to find anything. We see Akari looking for an engage here. This is all 5 members of the red team mid. And one last thing to touch on, I should mention, is Anduin's Light Bomb. a very good CC ability. And for some reason, the less seen ultimate we've seen recently, that is Mephisto Magic Blink up, Western Shield comes out hitting a free man. That is just a little bit of tossing around. We see Durance coming out onto Snarfungus. Snarfungus gets an excellent quench, helping out both Bob and not quite Akari. But Blaze does give a charge on Abominant Jaeger, doing that Beyblade. Tompies comes in from underneath. There is the Diablo Lightning Breath. We see Bunker drop top, and there'll be Diablo taken down first by that Thrall. This so far is a very good fight. We do see that Crash Lightning stack get up once again. And that was an excellent bunker, saving a lot of the team from that Lightning Breath. And this is now Red Weaver phase without that Diablo on the field. This is so far very good from the side of Icecrown, Citadel, Archons. Oh, Thundercat takes a decent amount of chunk from that Web Weaver. And we see actually the red team splitting off from this mid lane here. Sure, this is the lane for Vision, but this top lane is the lane that gets Boss, and Jacqueline High looks like to be interrupting the rotations before people get there. Bob also considering joining in, but we do see that because of Camp Bellas does have that Commandeer Odin out, they're actually slower to get through everything. They can't mount while they're in that form. As you see, they've only just mounted. Now they're in the regular Tychus form. 13 advantage, I should mention, over for ICCA. Bob trying their best, just putting out that lightning, not quite getting a Crash Lightning strike. Non-champion did actually step out a little bit to get onto the red team with that Mephisto swap, but ultimately there's not too much to punish it. The only things I can really think of that can punish it in the game currently is Stitch's Gorge and Maze. Avalanche, I've got hiccups all of a sudden, sorry about that. Before getting yet another stack here from that Chain Lightning. We should be getting pretty close on it now. 27, just 3 stacks away. This is looking to be on par for one of the faster times you complete that Brawl quest with. Speaking of quest, we see Jacqueline did get thrown back in. Jacqueline obviously does have that. I can't remember what the quest is called. Oh, that's an excellent. That'll be the Tigers going first. We do see the bunker drop coming out, and again, that does very much help with things such as it does cleanse Durance of Hate. Tompi's getting extra amount of damage with that. I'm just going to quickly look, and we do see that auto attack bird build from the not Thrall. What are you again? Rexar. Rexar, obviously, if they get a Q, or maybe not obviously, Rexar, if you don't know, if they hit someone with a Q, they get an increased auto attack speed for a few seconds afterwards. And this leads into a Q build where we see actually, ooh, my camera work needs work. I was yarning about how things work, and we nearly got a dead Rexar in the bot lane. As we see this building slowly falling as we do see the siege coming in. But I'm not the first one to react. Tompi's had to back off, and still very low. That Crash Lightning somehow bouncing from all the way there. I didn't even see that Crash Lightning complete. No, it is. There you go. Never mind. That is probably one of the faster times I've ever seen Crash Lightning completed. We usually see it completed around the level 16, level 17 mark. And on bigger maps, you may not even see it completed at all. But this Bob has done very well to complete it, as a lot of people just either don't know when to pick it, are unable to get the bounces for it, or complete it in ARAM. I'm one of those ARAM gamers who chooses it. We don't quite have it. Oh, there it is. Never mind. Whoops. Open mouth too soon. Let's go, Lime Bus. And this will look like it'd be a free clear for the side of ICCA as well. We do see they have a 2-level advantage currently, including that level 16 talent, which is something very important. If we're going to look at it, we do see actually Manticore on Vala. This Manticore ability is very good into beefy boys, and oh, look at that. That is a beefy boy over here with that Diablo. Even Misha and Rex are both relatively beefy. Even though it was 2 heroes for the price of 1. We just see that charge build on Blaze. Thrall going into the Thunderstorm. This adds, if you don't know, an extra slow and extra damage once it's fully stacked up. However, it's quite hard to stack up as you can't target the same target twice in a row. We do see that is that level 4 completed for Rexar, that Hunter-Gatherer. If you don't know what it does, it adds armor. Yep, armor. Increases survivability by a decent amount, trust me. I have been well aware. I actually love that bear boy. I love a boy and his bear. The man and his bear, it's just another dog. We do see Silence coming out, Bumminor, and actually means it is the Brightwing Silence Q. Snarf's doing very well to hit it. We do see an excellent silent Bumminor. Bumminor is able to get out, thank you to that Animal Pool. That is actually the Joanna going down first. Actually, Bob, nice to see you. It's good to hear it's a spicy series. And we do see Charge coming out. Actually, speaking of Bob, we do see Charge coming out, and Thrall getting an extra bit of damage. I'm standing over Lightning Breath, however, that will be the Diablo going down first, excellent turnaround. We do see Campbell going down. We see Thundercats also getting very low, trying their best to run away, and we actually see that Diablo has respawned. Jaeger getting charged. However, that is once again an Anduin going down. Akari doing their best to stay alive. Misha coming up looking for the stun. That is Akari getting stunned, and that will be the Blaze going down next. Mephisto is someone not to trifle with. Bob doing best to run out. However, Diablo does not want them leaving. Snarf stepping up to look to save him. However, they will not be able to get the save on them, as that is a... I believe it was a free for free, because I think Soulstone was reset during that. Yeah, it was. That was a free for free. Very close fight by both sides. The 16s had come through at the right time for Boogans forever. However, I should mention that, like, yeah, we see these waves all very pushed out. Sure, we do see Boogans are turning in at this current point in time. They do indeed have turn in as this is glowing. They definitely had the 55. But they need to do some wave management before they get their non-champion very much thinking about turning it in. And this boss being started, the only thing to mention is once this is turned in, we see this boss is still showing on map. So the red team of ICCA should be aware that this is happening at current point in time. And the thing about the blue team, not the best boss race actually without that Tychus. Oh, Jacqueline misses the... Yep. Didn't quite find anyone with a blind, and we do see everyone peeling off that boss. Anduin kind of getting hit by itself. Jacqueline has to back out. Snuffungus very low, phase shifting in, decides to get out. That grenade, we do see it is Tychus's grenade build, doing a decent amount of damage actually, and we do see Pixie Dust coming out. This is really the only Web Weaver that will get enough done, as the others spawned so far back, so this is really the main way that Blue can kind of force themselves back into this game. Sorry, the blue team of Boogans forever, I should say. Really need to start saying the name source more, so important. I think everyone likes their names being said, everyone loves being cast, and I'm just here to make sure people are at least happy there was a cast. Can't say anything about the quality of said cast, but I do indeed try my best. Oh, I just noticed Mount Synergy, let's go. Bummernaut just saying very aggressive. We do see quite a safe rotate from the side of ICCA, very smart. You can't see anyone on map. Thing to mention, this bottom Web Weaver went down. So even though this is a 15-minute Web Weaver, not much, oh my gosh, that was an excellent Iron Skin by Joanna. Bunker does come out, maybe even a bit too passive. Joanna trying their best to stun people. There's a poly coming out onto the... I can't remember his name, but he did go down. Jacqueline just standing in that lightning breath, not really caring, and that will be the Diablo going down next. Jacqueline doing their best to get onto Tom Piece, just slowly chasing them down. Actually, oh, is she move speed? Yes, she has some move speed on Condemn, so was able to catch up. Tom Piece going very... Oh, nope. They've decided to give up. It looks like we've got a... What sort of call are we having here? It looks like an end call? Hope this is the right play, ICCA. Yep, Akari is starting hit it. We do see that we are still 22 seconds on the next person to go down. Bob hitting that core. We do see just Jaeger? Wow, Jaeger trying their best. Stun comes out. They have to use a roll. Blaze actually misses the charge. Jaeger doing their best to stay up. Gets the bear down, and we do see this shield hasn't even fallen on core yet. A double hit. Tompy's getting a good bird or prey onto that target, and we do see Campbell is just respawning. However, the core is falling a bit too fast. I do want to see just all in the core. We're dying very quickly. Staff trying their best. There's a Joanna barely staying alive. This is not going to be quite it, is it? That is the Iron Skin, the Indomitable coming out, the Invulnerable. There's 2% left on core. Oh no! Oh, you hate to see that. Oh, shit. That sucks. Oh, really sucks to hear that one. I'm sorry, that one hurt to watch, ICCA, as that is a 5-man kill for the side of Boogans forever, and it looks like to be an end call themselves. The only thing to note is they do have to get through this keep still, and yeah, they do have the Commandeer Odin, but it looks like very smart. They're just ignoring the gate and going to do that in... What do you mean, Boogan? But yeah, we see Bumnor taking a lot of damage here. As Diablo, please don't die to this. We do actually see respawns are coming in just a few seconds. This is the shield going down quickly, as Campbell does have that big red button on core. Oh, Bob just running in, trying to kill non-champion. Non-champion is barely surviving, does go down. Thundercat's also getting relatively low, however, we do see Campbell is still up. Tom Piece is over the other side of the core, 28% and counting. That is the Anduin stun. That is... Ah! And that is a back-to-back, well, 5-man I should say, but Diablo barely holding. Diablo did have that Soul Stone reset. Oh, this will look like it'll be another end goal. This is a very spicy ending game. There's a core push failed and another core push failed. Akari dashed straight past. Bummernaut doing their best to slow down the side of ICCA, but in the end, it was just not enough. As we do see the 5-man of ICCA marching onto core, and that would very likely be, unless something really badly goes wrong, that'll be likely the end of this game of Tomb of the Spider Queen, as we see GG's coming out in the chat. Good stuff from the very first game of the series. Right, let me swap the screens over to the stats screen. I actually made on the right screen first time around. Right, things to know. I always like to look at the healers first. I think healers are under... Healers got a lot of flack when things go wrong, so I think we're a bit underappreciated, but I also may be biased as I love playing healer, even if on my team I don't get to play healer. Anyway, on that note, we do see Snarf Fungus did do 114k on that Brightwing. Actually, quite a lot of healing compared to the Anduin. And while I can't see things such as... Can I see CC stats after the game? Nope, cannot. Oh no, I've messed things up. Anyway, I can't see any terms of CC stats, but both Brightwing and Anduin, it felt like did a decent amount with their CC kit. Brightwing, of course, does have that point and click polymorph, and actually we're hitting a decent amount of their silence cues, it looked like. Well, Anduin did go that piercing light and didn't... I don't know if they completed or not. We can check, actually. No, not quite completed. It's not quite getting as many double roots as they want, but still getting a decent amount of follow-up as that I noted. Maybe not as much as they wanted, however. Other things to note, compositionally wise, I actually like running the Thrall and the 4-man. I know it's a bit less used, but with this Hypercarry Vala, if you take something such as a Chain Lightning Thrall, you can do a lot with it, as we did see that it did pay off with that Vala auto attack build, actually getting very close to completion and only losing 2 of their Gambit stacks, one being right at the end and one being right at the beginning, but we'll ignore that one. Anyway, things to note, we do actually see on the other side that I love Rexar, but I'm very sad just to see him lose. I'm like, oh, my poor bear bad. But yeah, I did like the Diablo Anduin comp. That lockdown as well of a Tychus can do a lot of damage and a lot of kill potential in a very short amount of time. But I was saying, just this kind of CC train that we saw from ICCA, as well as the damage actually Blaze and Thrall can put out, even for bruises and a tank, is actually quite a lot. Right, I'm going to quickly show talents. If anyone wants to try builds at home for themselves, in the game for themselves. Interesting things to note for me as I'm quickly scanning the talents, stalling for time. No. Not really anything stand out, really. Everything kind of makes sense. Maybe a Rancor would have been good on the Vala, but Vala wasn't really in any too much spell danger as Mephisto kind of wasn't quite getting enough of him, and Snarfungus was being very onto it with their spell armor itself. Blaze have that offlane build. Interesting to see new habits picked up, but that makes sense into kind of the wombo that could have been built. I would have maybe, with that Durance, liked to see Diablo go APOC just to add to the kill pressure as Durance plus APOC. You're getting a lot of lockdown over a decent amount of time, especially with that kill command. People who get stuck in the boars get rid of 1.5 seconds. Diablo's... I can't remember. I think it's like 2, maybe 2.5 seconds for APOC to go off. I don't know. I'm not a Diablo player. I'm not a fantastic tank, and Diablo is definitely not one of the ones I played very often. But yeah, those are just a few nitpicky things that maybe with that we could have seen a larger combo and maybe it taken down. But right, I have going to throw it over to map view, take a quick break while I have a drink of water and set up for the next series. I nearly picked on the wrong box. I'll speak to you all in a very short moment. I forgot to unmute myself. Thank you for the patience. That was very much a needed drink of water. As actually now we see an Infernal Shrines map. I actually don't know many people who complain about Infernal Shrines. Anyone in chat complain about Infernal Shrines here, or is it just a general, I like it, but maybe not someone's favorite? I've clicked the wrong transition screen. Excellent. I need it on this one before I change over. Sorry, let me just mute myself while I go to cough. As we can hear, we are in the game, so let us swap it on over. And this time we shall start with, yeah, let's start with ICCA. We see Akari on the Hogger, I believe, yep. Bob on the Felstad. Snuffungus back on that Brightwing. Jacqueline Hyde on the Mirrodin, and Jaeger on the Chromie this time. On the left-hand side, we see Thundercats on the Lucio. Campbellas on the Speedo Tychus. Nice. Bummernaut. Love that name so much. Bummernaut on the... Ah, shoot. I know what it's called. I'm just having a mental blank. Beetle Man. Anubarak. Tom Peace on that. Space Yoshi Dahaka. And non-champion actually on the Maev this time. This could be a very interesting CC comp we have again, but it's only if they can complete it. I do like what is potential setup here, but I'm just afraid we'll be a lit light on damage, just Campbellas. Snuffungus did get tongued, however, at the beginning and will be the first one to go down. Excellent kill by the side of ICCA, not ICCA, onto ICCA by Boogans forever, and that will be the first blood. However, we do see Bob already going down to soak. And let's have a look at some talents. Udubrak just likes holding on to their one for a while, I've learned out. This Bummernaut just takes their time. That's an excellent tether onto Jacqueline Hyde. Jacqueline Hyde has to use their jump, but did get pulled back. However, we do not see the lockdown to kill them. Don't get me wrong, Mirrodin got very low, but didn't quite go down. The only really stacking to note as of the moment is that Felstad went Gathering Storm at 1. I may have liked to see the, I can't remember what's called, the auto attack talent at 1, because if into this comp, you already have like this mage of Chromie, quite bursty mage. If you add something like those stronger auto attacks, you have something quite nasty there. However, it can take a while to stack up. Jacqueline Hyde has to back out. Bummernaut going onto him. That is a double stun coming out. Boop gets Jacqueline back into the enemy team. That is an excellent body block that will lead to their demise. Actually, this is Snuffungus very soon to follow. This is a very different looking Boogans Forever compared to the last map. A much harder aggression, and we see it kind of paying off already. As we do see it currently 3 kills to the side of 0, and this siege camp, ICCA siege camp being taken. Well done getting that vision of that world, trying to get it down just a little bit, but not quite enough. Jaeger starting clearing that. I don't actually know what these are called. No, don't kill it. The Impalers? The siege camp. And doing this too, so we do see, meanwhile, bottom lane, we do see this bottom camp being taken out. Force through from both sides. I'm going to briefly show that up, just so people can see. We do see that Master Assassin this time, actually. Something you see a bit less on Tychus, sure, it means we are very likely going to see that Commandeer Odin, as this attack speed bonus does actually add on to the Odin's kind of attack speed, so you get those faster long-range auto attacks, so it means you get more out of your ultimate, essentially. And we do see, actually, I should just mouse over here, a Frozen Punisher. This is probably one of the best Punishers to have early game. So this will actually be a very important Punisher to fight over. If the Arcane one, yeah, sure, maybe you can just go, it doesn't matter. But the Frozen one is a very different story. Turning off structures for free in any comp is insane. That is the reason why Sylvanas is as strong as she is. Bob trying their best to clear up this camp, just taking their time. We do see that the objective has already been started by Boogans Forever. This is where I think Chromie's not necessarily strong in terms of this map. She isn't very good in terms of damage on this objective because her Qs just get eaten by the Shrine minions. Sure, when she hits 18, she has the piercing stance, but you actually have to hit 18. In saying that, we do have Hogger just spinning. Anyway, she'll zoom back out. Zakari's getting relatively low. Bob getting also quite low. We do see Campbell is following Akari. Thundercats tries to get the boop to finish them off, however, that will be Thundercats going down first, and that will be the healer missing on the side of Boogans forever. Non-champion did get the pull, Bob is getting relatively low, we'll go down next. Snarfungus playing a bit too aggressive compared to their tank now. But yeah, we see 5 left on the side of Boogans, and we're very likely, and we do indeed see the Frozen Punisher being picked up by the side of Boogans forever. Well, very fortunate thing is, yeah, sure, Lucio's missing, so they're maybe not as willing to stay around, especially with that missing healing. But by no means are they going to give us up for easy, as that is a Frozen Punisher. You don't get hit by the buildings, as I said, so you don't have to worry as much. This Punisher quickly going down. Not quite quick enough. Snarfungus actually gets hit by the... Oh. Ugh. Ow. Poor Snarf. Going down to a Maev Tether, to a Punisher jump, to a Bummadort bloody Burrow. They nearly went aggressively Australian there, but that's safe for matches with Junkrat, unfortunately. Raka, you better hope that there is a Junkrat in the next map if you do want to hear the aggressively Australian, well, not Australian, but the aggressively Kiwi line bus. Australian Kiwi, it's very close when you get very aggressively into the, not quite Boogan, but Bogan territory. Oh, that's an infinite bounce. I don't play Hogger enough, I'm finding out. I'm just learning new things day in, day out. The great thing about casting is, if you don't know how something works, you're definitely going to see how it works. Non-champion diving onto the backline. We use Snarfungus being pulled back in. Lucio Boop dropping them back in even further. We don't see quite the kill coming out. Snarfungus is definitely rocked the wrong way. As level 10s come through, we see adaptation from the Dahaka, Cocoon from the Ubrak, and we're likely to see a full combo, and that will be the Brightwing going down once again, and the name... Mirrodin going down soon after. Excellent grenade by the Tigers, getting both the Kari and Jaeger relatively low. To speak of the last few talents, we do see the Warden's Cage from Maev. I should really open this up just so people can see it as well. Commandeer Odin from the Tigers, and High Five from Lucio. Top lane, just see this little bit of scrapping happening out here. Bob actually not quite able to step back on. Sorry about that. And we do see actually already the temporal loop from the Chromie. This has been picked up much less frequently recently, as Slowing Sands is an insane utility ability. We can just pick up a bunch of slow and put it down, pick it up, put it down, pick it up, put it down, in very short succession with only a 5-second cooldown and a toggleable on-off. Bob trying their best just to defend here, but we do see the dive potentially coming up for them. Meanwhile, all this is happening, we do see the side of ICCA deciding to get that camp bottom, getting value elsewhere. I just want to quickly check that now. It is indeed a Border Punisher. I nearly yawned and managed to stave it off. I kind of talked and yawned at the same time. We do see the team dropping onto Hog piece. Interesting to see the Hogger with the 4-man at the current point in time. We do see the other 10s coming through from the side of... So I'm going to look up here as we have 4 pushes happening on both sides. We see 10s coming through for ICCA. We do see Fellstar Wink Guards, and it looks like they should have maybe used it a bit sooner as they do go down. The Avatar from the Mirrodin. I don't know what this one's called. Shockwave from the Hogger. I only know about Hortipult. Shockwave doesn't exist in my opinion. Don't see it often, but here it is. And the last thing to note, as we did see the temporal loop already from Chromie, is the Brightwing went Blink Heal. Something that will definitely get them out of a lot of trouble, considering the trouble they've been in so far. Jacqueline High just doing their best to just be annoying on the Bruiser camp. However, not much is being found. Hogger just kind of messing around down here. You can do it, Akari. Go. Go. Yeah, fair enough. We just see 11s coming through first from the side. Ooh. Here and there. I like the spice of this, Chromie. Let's go me. That sounded weird, I'm sorry. Tompy's pressing up. Actually, we do see just a counter push happening here. The side of ICCA, no, they can't actually really push into this top objective just because they are down talent still. So instead they're trying to get value elsewhere. And I actually like this call. This kind of fits into your... we're going to get a little bit of theory here of what some people call TOM. This doesn't mean theory of mind for you psychology nerds like myself, but it is teamfight, objective, macro. And we do see here the macro kind of style being played, as they know they can't fight objective here. Sure, we're not exactly looking at it with the current comps, but they know they can't win the objective, so they go look for something elsewhere, and we already see a building traded out. So that is a good use of ICCA's time, because they're not really if they went to fight, that's not a very good fight for them to take, really. We do see the Water Punisher running down Star Fungus. Big notice about Water Punisher. Strong scaling. These body cannon shots, I believe, scale by 5% per minute, and we're at a 9-minute already, so that's a decent amount of scaling. That is compound scaling, not just singular. Well, Bob has been scouted. Does roll to get out of Bumnort's way. We do see the Commandeer Odin just damage landing on this camp. However, we're not really finding much more, as that is... I think in all, that was a very good play for... That was, albeit they did lose the objective, sure, that was a very good objective phase for ICCA, as they were able to get one for really just a gate. Sure, it is the keep gate, but it is a gate. Anyway, going back, we see Jacqueline High getting minigunned down by Camp Bellis. Kari looks to step back in, however, chooses wisely, I should mention, not to. Jacqueline Hyde sticks objective. Does unfortunately get cocooned throughout all that. Bumnort getting very low. Does use the burrow to get out, and they will indeed get out. I don't know if I've used Temporal I haven't seen or heard the Temporal Loop coming out. Have I just missed it? I don't know. Anyway, we do see Bottom Camp currently being picked up by the side of Boogans forever, as that was quickly taken up, and we do see that the red side of ICCA just kind of trying to find value around, as they still do have that level deficit, almost a 2-level deficit. In saying that, Chromie has the wonderful ability of kind of balancing that out, as she does get her abilities 2 levels earlier. Akari does get boot back into the team. They're unstoppable on the spin, doing a lot to keep them out of the tether range. Bumnort did try to get the stun back on them, however, we do see that they were able to escape. Jacqueline Hyde, unfortunately, did get her stun eaten by Beetles, and so not much happens, really. A lot of buttons pushed for no reason. Well, a lot of buttons pushed, but no one going down. Not quite what you want if you are the side of Boogans forever, but definitely good for the side of ICCA. That's an excellent Gus pushing the team back into it. Non-champion does use that Warden's Cage, where you see Jacqueline and Bob being pulled around. We do have a Temporal Loop coming out this time. However, Chromie not quite at finding the end as she was cocooned. Jacqueline did use that Dwarf Toss, was tethered, however, so does have to go back into the fray. However, we do see her back out, getting that Dwarven Resilience, Dwarven something. I'm a dwarf, I like to heal. Third Wind with that... I don't know. Third Wind, I'm just going to call it, because I can't remember the actual title of the name. It may just be Second Wind. But we'll never know, because I'm not checking. Anyway, we do see this siege coming out onto the side, from the side of Boogans River as they're trying to take that top. Ooh, top piece getting hit by those Qs. Good pull by non-champion. There's a good double stun. Jacqueline High getting tossed around a bit. Akari trying to do their best to help push out damage. Good stuff from Lucio, getting that high five out, making sure that neither them nor their ally could get stunned to that bolt of the Storm Bolt. No, it's not called Storm Bolt, is it? It is called Storm Bolt. And we just see that mid fort going down in a very short amount of time. I've pushed the wrong button. In a very short amount of time. Buttons are hard sometimes. Please do not judge me too harshly, as I won't cry, at least on camera, but I will cry. Akari trying their best to step in. We do see already the objective going heavily over to the side of Boogans forever, as we do have a, well, maybe not heavily, we do almost have a 20 advantage already, with we're sitting 18-5. Hogger doing the infinite spin thing. They give up on it, right as I went to do the weird camera work. We do see that people getting relatively low. Bob gets stunned. There's an excellent stun coming out by Akari. And there's only Jacqueline coming out now of the cocoon. Oh, that was almost an awkward bounce from the Hogger. Hogger getting the best to get squeeze out damage. That is now 30-ish from the side of Boogans forever. On the shrine, there's 36. Really, ICA is trying to step in now. They're not really winning out this objective. There's an excellent Vault of Wardens from Maiev, as we do see that the Boogans forever are in the 1 count. They only need one of these boys to win. Campbell AZ is trying their best to finish it off. Jacqueline Hyde and Bob taking it early. And there's Maiev coming from the top, taking it from the side of ICCA. Arcane Punishers standing in the middle of the enemy, as we do see Snarf and Akari having to go out. Jacqueline getting relatively low themselves. Unfortunately, the tether hit. If the tether not hit, Chromie may have been able to time stop the enemy team of Boogans forever away. However, that was not the case. And we see Brightwing follow soon after. For this, Brightwing has felt quite bullied this game. Let's actually have a brief look at that. We do see Akari getting jumped on there, able to spin out of danger. Nothing is quite able to finish him off, fortunately. Yeah, 5 deaths on the Brightwing. Brightwing is feeling the love tonight. Unfortunately for Brightwing, the love is painful. Love hurts sometimes, and Brightwing's definitely finding that out. Poor Brightwing. Poor Snarf. I do see the Lich Queen. It's good to see you. I am indeed casting one of your org teams of the ICCA. And we do see... Oh! That's very good by Akari. Akari did actually give a spin-off in time, and we did see Cocoon come out from Bumminor. I saw the animation hitting Akari. However, Akari did not go down. Jaeger is barely hit by that burrow. I believe it would be the epicenter at 16. It indeed is, so it did quite... Jaeger, however, did use that here and there to get out, teleport out of danger. Non-champion looking to go back in. They do indeed go back in. Don't actually use the tether. We do see it activate now. Snarf getting pulled once again. Akari getting pulled back in. We do see Snarf able to blink out, as well as Akari getting chased down by Tompies. We'll have to walk back out the gate. Snarf getting relatively low as well, having to walk out the gate as well. Is this going to be an end call from the side of ICCA? It seems that they are backing off. They can be patient. The next Punisher is a Mortar Punisher. They can get 20s. They can play this slow, and we do see that is what they choose to do. There is no need to rush greatness, and Boogans Forever are looking to even up the series at the current point in time. Whew. That was a lot of talking in a very short amount of time. I'm just going to pull up some stats for you. Buridan's taking a lot of damage. So is Dahaka. Dahaka's actually taken more damage than the Anubarak himself, but it's very close. And Anubarak does naturally have spell armor, reducing a lot of damage that comes in. Well, oh, never mind. Dahaka does as well. I don't know, man. I was just trying to make, like, comments, but other things to note is that siege damage pretty close by both the Hogger and the Dahaka. Things you should expect. Healing, I missed because I dropped something. We had to look down at it. Healing 81k versus 45k. Yeah, Brightwing unfortunately has been picked on a bit this game, so I haven't really had the chance to get all that healing out that Lucio has, and Lucio does have that AoE healing for objective. In terms of team comps, I would actually have had to... I was trepidatious about giving it over to the Boogans Forever at first because of their lack of damage I perceived, as we didn't really only see the... Oh yeah, I do understand that Maeva's a damage dealer, yes, but I do also know a lot of her kit is the utility of Tether and the Teleport. And we do see 20s actually came through. We did see the change in survival from Dahaka. Not quite going in. The rewind from Anubarak, Jack Wingy Bush on. I don't know what this one's called. Shadow Orb Huntress, the Comedy Opening Upgrade, Big Red Button, and the Mixing Fire. So we do see the slow, actually not even a slow siege coming in, that is a lot of siege. I shouldn't have mentioned now, I did see Son of Vengeance, and I wonder why people are dying so quick. There is a 6% damage on that E. We do see Bumminor going back in, and that will actually be Bumminor falling down to the Chromies. Deep breathing. Yeah, deep breathing. This side of Boogans Forever getting chased out just a little bit. And we do see objective coming up. And for the first time, we do actually see this side of ICCA having the advantage on this map. Speaking of ICCA, we do see the Twins come through. We do see Sandblast upgrade of Piercing Sands coming out for Chromie. That is very protected from a Brightwing. Very interesting to see that AoE. Pixie Dust. Was it even? Is it? Oh, it is also. It does also keep all buffs from the 13s. That's interesting to know. Other things to note is Rewind on Muradin, so both tanks going Rewind. The Wind Tunnel on Fellstar is such a deadly ability, and Anger Management on Hogger. Maybe not the thing we see usually, but definitely an interesting choice. I want to just quickly check something. I have APM. I forgot about this. I love this button for no reason, because APM in HOTS is something I'd like to call useless. And if you disagree, you're probably wrong, because yeah. Oh, we did actually see an end call happening from the blue team, as Bob did drop back first. I would like to see maybe a wind tunnel to stall things out. However, we do see Boogans Forever decide to back off. And should mention, not all the red team did a half. We did have 2 continue to do this top objective. But I do like that red team is kind of just, not the red team, but the team of Boogans Forever is doing what ICCA did before and just finding value elsewhere. And now we will have this camp pushing mid during this phase. Chromie is a bit suspicious of what's happening, so does just choose to back up, same as Falstad, especially because Falstad does have that ability to fly anywhere on demand, thank you to his... I think it's just called Flight. Yeah, Flight. I see Tom Peace is doing this cap. Red team does get top 4 and just choosing to back out. They're a bit wary and cautious of what is happening as no one's showing up on map. But we see now a double stun coming out from the Punisher as everyone knows where everyone is. And really, ICCA need to find as much as they can from this. They too need to open up their win condition. So that is Vital's falling in. This is not quite going to go down, is it? But it is at least close enough of that win condition coming out. As both Falstad and Chromie are excellent sieges, same for Vitahaka. We see Falstad fly back to clear this wave, but it really should be coming down. Yep, they come down to bottom first. It's something I like to see, making sure that there isn't too much value found off of those catapults. Ah, Yawny Boy, it is I, the Yawning Boss. I'm going to keep making puns about my name like this, and someone's going to get sick of it eventually. But is it me? Absolutely not. Let's go. Anyway, we just see... Yeah, that's fair. Just these warning pings keep coming out. Just kind of it's... Both teams are doing well to keep out of vision. However, we do see Hogger and Kosho here. I wish Akari did. Not Akari, Jesus. Jacqueline maybe waited a bit, not showing on the wave. So I can check this. Yeah, we do see Akari hidden now, but the... Oh, we just... It's interesting to see this mode sometimes, just remembering how vision works. We do only see the Brightwing in vision. Alright, let me just zoom back out. There we go. I really need to remember how this goes, because for some reason this is 1, this is 5. You gotta think this is 6 through 10, so it's like... I don't know, wait, we can check this. 6. Yeah, Mirrodin is 6. Oh god, we can see the camera. Let's not do that camera view again. Anyway, watching how this goes, we do look to see very safe play from both sides. We're just kind of clearing camps, clearing lanes, making sure no team gets a specific advantage over the other. A lot of safe play. We do see that, because maybe look, yeah, we do see a warning ping coming out, retreat ping coming out from the, what appeared to be the Chromie. I should really check this up, good. As we now know where the blue team are. Just going for a bit more numbers. Oh, yeah. Brightwing was really picked on this game. Falstad not behind, actually, as they have picked up a few late kills. Okay. Okay. I do like this button. Lucio doing a lot of slow with that reverse amp. Falstad also has slows on his Q. Mirrodin. Nubrak, yeah. Anyway, that's on point right now, is we have just so much posturing, which we just... Seems both teams are too scared to engage and are waiting for the next objective, which we see should be coming up very shortly. Oh my gosh, I am actually a prophet. Or a very good gut feeling, as that will be the Infernal Shrine being called, save me from just a little more embarrassment of not knowing what to say. And things to mention here actually is... I may give us objective over to the side of, once again, ICCA. Don't get me wrong, if non-champion gets excellent pull initiates onto the side of ICCA, I think very much Boogans forever can win here. But however, we do have to see it happen first. Non-champion, considering going in, doesn't quite... Trying to find... I'm so sorry for yawning. Trying to find the back line of ICCA, but not quite being able to get in there. Once again, we're looking to get out. Bumminor has to actually back out to safety. Thunder against one of the best. Hogger's still spinning. You spin me right round, Hogger right round. We see Gus come out on top. They go down. That worked out way too well. Akari getting relatively low. Did use that ground shaker. Bumminor getting also low. Bob uses a roll in. Not quite finding the Anubrak. Anubrak gets out. Thundercats also backing out relatively well. What do you mean, wow, Lich Queen? Ignore my camera work, just decided to go, woo! But yeah, that was a very good fight from the side of ICCA. And as I said, I believe that their Shrine Clear was better. Thank you to that Jaeger with that piercing stance. Hogger with their Beyblade, their Hog Wild. I think that's what's called. Let's see if I remember buttons. 8. Yeah, Hog Wild. I remember. I'm good at this, guys. I remember what things are called more and more. Excellent stuff from me. We do see that this first fort will fall to this Punisher as it is marching up mid. Thing to note, there is still a 5v4 as ICCA does have a man advantage, and they have an Arcane Punisher just adding all these danger noodles on the ground. Danger noodles? Some people call them jump ropes, as you really kind of just need to jump around them, making sure you avoid them. And we're seeing actually a decent amount of damage coming out on this thing now. Punisher just jumped. We will see it jump in now another 10 seconds. And we do see the red team of ICC. Look, Rocket, I don't judge you. I don't come into your house and judge you. You don't come into mine and judge me. As we do see actually Nubrak going down first. On Champion doing their best to get damage out. Thundercats also getting relatively low. This core's actually falling quite quickly. And this looks like that ICCA may be taking the series. It drops to 30. That actually will be the... Oh no, not again. Not again. As we do see 2 falling from the side of ICCA. That'll be Jaeger getting taken down. The Exakari and Snarf have to run. And we're getting shades of the last game where, well, one team lost everyone at core. They ran to the other side of the map. They lost everyone at core. Half coming out from these two. Yep, as we do see 4 Catters on core. That thing falls relatively quick. Oh, Tompi's getting up here relatively quick. Akari just kind of needs to smack them away. Yep, excellent stuff. That will be 63% left on core. Is just the blue team is taking quite a while to get over here. Tompi's gets frozen. We do see that 20 coming out, I believe. That, yep, change is survival. Hogger gets pulled into the enemy team. Lucio boots him back further in. Hogger trying their best to survive. Does actually get the unstop on. Does not go back into the team. And this is core now falling relatively quick. Akari going in. That will be the... Maev going down first. However, Thunder gets Tompies and Campbell is still on the core. That's down to 3, 2, 0. And that is the second game going over to Boogans forever. So close for ICCA, but yet so far. Anyway, let us throw it over to the... I nearly threw it over the wrong screen. Game summary screen. I really need to do something about this text box. I need to like shift it over to the left. I need to figure out how to do that one day, but for now... Thundercats. Good healing. I liked it a lot. I think I did see that the Amp It Up was picked. Up for frequency. Sorry, Amp It Up is a green one. But yeah, up for frequency. Up the Amp is the name. But yeah, a lot of healing coming out. And it did actually supplement both the damage and slow that Lucio does, thanks to that reverse amp. Meanwhile, with Snarfungus, as I said, was very much picked on that game. I didn't really see them have a overly fun time at the beginning. 83k healing despite all of that was excellent stuff. I did actually give objectives kind of going over to the side of ICCA, but the thing about Maev is they can be an excellent engage, and we did see that Maev with the Nubrak dive into the Tychus kind of combo with that Warden's Cage and the Commandeer Odin did so much, and that would have been just... It was just a bit too much for a healer such as Brightwing to handle. Brightwing sure does have that AoE healing and the phase shift, but as more and more damage pile on to the AoE, Brightwing starts falling further and further behind compared to things such as Lucio or Stukov. On the left hand side, yeah, as I said, I love the comp of ICCA. Jaeger, Chromie with that piercing sense 18 absolutely rolled through the camp. Hogger just infinite spinning on the Infernal Shrine. Bob Felsard with that. I love Gust. I think Global's in a very good spot right now. Mirrodin just also trying to be best just with that zoning with those Qs. Hitting a lot of them, but in the end it wasn't quite enough. Anyway, here are talents for anyone who wants to see or use these builds. Things to note, I'm just going to quickly go from the same time as you do, is that new Maev build we see more and more. It's just being tinkered around with a bit. So I think I'll still have to come back to you on that one. Other than that, really, Timeout being... here and there, being an interesting pick from the Chromie, not seen very often, as well as the Fairy Protectors upgrade, Fairy Protector being picked by the Brightwing. Again, it's not something I actually hate. I may have to try it out myself, as the extra spell armor, as well as the extra healing that can come out, helps a lot in the long run. But right, let me throw it over to map view, as I'll put myself again on a very quick break as I set up the next map and series. See you in just a few moments. Well, I'm being told more, and funnily enough, there is indeed one more game, and this one is Ultra Pass. And actually, in saying that, we do hear it. I can't hear an announcer, but the game has opened up, so I will transfer it over to the game. As I click this button on the left-hand side of Boogans Forever, we do see Tom Peace on the Sonya, Bumminor on what looks like to be the Tyrael. Brightwing is being played by... Wait. What's happening in here? Thundercats. Non-champion on a Genji, and Camp Bellas on Greymane. On the right hand side, we do see Jacqueline Hyde on the... Oh my god, we're moving too much. May, Snarfungus and Anduin, Akari on the Blaze, Jaeger on the Vala again, and Bob on a Li Ming. Both these teams have very good team fight. It'd be interesting to see how the Genji actually does here. If they get on top of things such as players such as Bob, they can do a lot. However, if you go on top of something such as Jaeger, that is a bit more dangerous for you. Anyway, we do see both waves getting cleaned up relatively well. Bumnort doing this best to slow down the side of ICCA with that. Oh, that is a deflect. Excellent deflect from non-champion onto the Bob combo. It's going to be a fun 1v1, but, well, I hope I pick it up because I miss those a fair amount. Anyway, in terms of talents, really not much to note in terms of quests. The main thing is fire at will. Oh, I need to sneeze. You're welcome for me not blowing out your eardrums. Greymane already on this camp. These camps acting as basically an objective on this map. Basically, you want to get those camps out as soon as possible, as they only have a 1 minute 30 respawn and add so much extra siege. Oh my gosh, Bob, Genji. Bob, excellent blink going around the non-champion getting very low as well, and oh yeah, this is going to be a very tense 1v1 bot, as neither hero actually has any form of self-sustain at this point. I'm trying to think when they get it. Nothing's ringing a bell, so let's just kind of throw it behind us for now and keep that in mind. We see both camps kind of pushing out. I feel like currently that, yeah, sure, it may have been capped later, so it's off on cooldown a bit later. The fact that these knolls are crashing right by the side of ICCA's gates means they will be able to clear the knolls for Boogans Forever Freya. Not Boogans, wow! Boogans Forever Freya. We do hear Fisher coming off, and we do see it coming out onto non-champion, as Bob seems to be winning it out just a little bit. Anyway, we do see Knowles on the side of Boogans Forever going down. Jacqueline Hyde joining the best chase at Brightwing, only just joining the enemy team. Not the enemy team, the team of Boogans Forever once again. Top lane. It's just off laners smacking each other. No. Bob's getting pressured out again. Look at Bob. He's getting pressured out by Genji. Getting pressured out by a weeb such as Genji. And we do see actually this mid siege continuing. These camps, as you mentioned, they're almost already back up. 23 seconds on the bottom siege camp, blue key siege camp. 30ish. 30 on the side of red. And we do see now the siege extra coming in from Bob. As Bob is actually going that a very interesting build of already just all Q. Something we've seen less often if they go out on the Genji. Yeah, that's going to eventually die. Someone's going to eventually die in Valkyrie. I'm going to miss it, but oh well. Oh no, I dropped something off the back of my computer! Well, we'll figure that one out later, I'm pretty sure it's a controller, and it's unfortunately not mine. So let's just ignore that happened. Anyway, back to this. We see Tom Peace getting... We see Tom Peace getting moved in on by the side of red. The Icecrown Citadel Archons trying their best just to take this over. Snarfungus getting stalled out a little bit. I don't think Bumnort would be... No, never mind, Bumnort goes in, as we don't see any damage with the red team. I say that, but Bumnort did eat a lot of damage. Thundercats goes in, eats a bit of a blizzard, but however, it does get the cleanse off, keeping them from being stunned for too long. Tom Peace goes in the backline, Jaeger has to back out. Keep in mind, we do not see that auto attack this build this time, so they don't lose any gambit, sure, but W build is definitely weaker at the current point in time compared to where it used to be at. And we do see a reset. Both teams getting 7s at a very similar time, so this is a very good spot. Tom Peace, you lucky son of a gun. You actually got to live through that as Vala is still in the process of stacking and doesn't quite have her bonus damage up yet. And now we just see it being played very slow by both sides, just creeping, crawling. I like that this camp is coming out now. Wish it was a bit sooner, as we do see this Null camp got a decent amount on wall. Kari and Jacqueline doing their best to zone out the side of Boogans forever. And just kind of pressure him out. Yeah, camp builders just gets hit in the butt by an orb. Wait. You know what? Who am I to judge? I'm not the best. Oh. You know, I see I was eventually going to miss it, and I imagined that this Calamity would very much help Li Ming in this matchup, and it definitely has helped. Anyway, I'm going to close this now just to open up that screen space and zone all the way out so we just see what is happening over around. I just got to remember to push these buttons. Akari charges in, hitting. Bumnut getting thrown back in. Actually not quite getting hit by Jacqueline. That Blizzard, however, helping get him out. And Bob is channeling this objective. Thing to note, where is Anduin? Anduin's actually with the Ally team, and that will be the objective starting to get channeled by the side of ICCA. Thing to mention is Brightwing is getting this bottom soak while both teams are getting their 10. It is slightly in favor of ICCA currently, but with soak happening, we will see Boogans forever catch up. Jacqueline gets hit by that slam. Akari doesn't quite hit anything. We just hear Genji getting that stuff. Tompies gets thrown back into it as well as Thundercats. Thundercats does use that. Quintus, an excellent 4-man stun by Akari. Snuff Fungus does have root. That will be the Sonya going down. And that was a Dragon Core Genji, but however, we did see Snuff actually step back into the... Can't remember his name. Tyrael Death Bomb stuff. I nearly swore on stream again, which I'm trying actively to do less. If I see a Junkrat, I'll get in my aggressively Kiwi voice, and that one will definitely have, unfortunately, a bit more swearing, because my word, people in my country like to swear quite a bit. And we do see that this will be a very first good objective for the side of ICCA, as they have already gotten a keep with it. And it looks like this one is also getting a decent amount of wall. Akari does back out. We do see, actually, ICCA driving it through mid. That is Blizzard coming out. Jaeger, you know, if you stand in the circle, well, you get a damage and move speed bonus, but Jaeger seeming a bit too cagey about it. Snarf definitely trying to get that bonus. However, Jaeger doing it. Yeah, Jaeger was doing it right at the end there. I'm being a little bit sassy. Do not worry. Jaeger is probably a much better player than I am, almost definitely. But I also like getting a little bit of ribbing. If people aren't happy with me about any sort of like things I say about them or their team, I welcome them to message me about it. But other than that, yeah. Sorry if I offend you. But anyway, back into it. We should really call out 10s. They have been picked up both sides. Anyone not quite actually picked up yet, but they have been picked up both sides. We do see Icewall coming out from May, Bunker coming out from Blaze. I'm gonna just go down here. Rain of Vengeance from the Vala, something from the Anduin, and Wave of Force from the Li Ming. Okay, we just see the side get taken. Holy Word Salvation from the Anduin. Very interesting stuff. Because on the left-hand side, we did see the Tyrael pick up Judgment. Sonya pick up Leap. Brightwing picked up that Blink Heal. Dragon Blade from Gingu. And we did see Greymane go for the Throat. And that is a good early Mountain Giant from the side of Boogans forever, as ICA was unable to really... They didn't even know it was happening, so we weren't able to contest it. And now we do see Jaeger, Snarf, and Bob just starting to clear this out as the rest of the team just kind of get soak elsewhere, making sure that they kind of get this advantage talent lead. Yeah. Just going to briefly show some talents, some numbers. Here you go. We're seeing decent amount of healing from both Anduin and Brightwing. Brightwing's still ahead, however, by 4k. Actually, Sonya has taken more damage than the Blaze at the current point in time. Both offlaners taking a lot of damage compared to the main player. Akari does have to back out. Bumminort does put move speed down, however. I think I would have liked to see Judgment use the Assure as a longer cooldown, but that may have been the demise of Akari. Too hard to say in the moment what they're thinking, but it is what it is. Average APM, don't need that. Oh, look, XP. There's a bunch of numbers I don't actually care about all that much. I do like that they're an option. I do actually love APM. Useless talent stat for Heroes of the Storm, but wonderful talent. Just a chef's kiss. Excellent thing. Anyway, we do see a fight maybe breaking out very shortly as I close up. Non-champion does scout it. Oh, that will be boss going over the side of ICCA. There's an excellent stun, stopping a lot. Non-champion getting that charge, and Snarfungus feeling the love again. Bob getting into that bunker. I don't know how long Bob's going to live. That will be Tyrael going down first. That will be the Tyrael bomb going out. Campbellers goes back onto them, and that will be, oof, a 1-for-1 so far. 2-for-1 actually as Greymane follows not long after the Li Ming. Good stuff as this Mountain Giant now should be pushing in. But who needs objective when you have this boss pushing? And it looks like the side of ICCA does, even though Jacqueline really looks like she likes the Mountain Giant a bit more at the moment, staying away from the weird Nexus, Dark Nexus, Manta, Nexus Mount thing, as it looks stinky. Not stuff, assume lovely, but that mount there, stinky. Anyway, we do see Jacqueline now, and Akari pressing on to this camp. Yeah, we just see it taken over, and just the start of a channel coming over to the side of ICCA. Things to note that we do see the red side coming back in still. I would like to see if there's too much of engage here, that just kind of ICCA backs off and just tries to get 16s. Well, it doesn't matter because Camp was taken back. I'd like to see 16s come out either way. Throw that out window. As I said before, both team. Oh, Tyrael uses charge. Snarf once again feeling the love. There's a leap coming out of Bob. Snarf getting relatively low. Does get stunned out of that. Hollywood Salvation going down. Bob, however, yep, is soon to follow. Non-champion dashing out. Jaeger trying their best to help out. Non-champion doing their best. Akari adding down some extra oil. This mud slowing people down quite a bit. But however, we do see Jacqueline just slowly stalling out. Not even slowly, stalling out this objective very well. Camp Bellas does not quite get it off. Jaeger doing their best to also... Man, we're getting a lot of stall here. Just going to watch this and just go, wow. Never mind. As soon as I point out, I was about to go, you know, just going to watch Campbellas just try their best to channel it, but they already got it done. Look at them go, eh? Look at that Greymane go. Away. Anyway, we do see Jacqueline Hyde pushing in now, getting an auto attack onto non-champion. Jaeger just channeling over as we do see a 24 to 29 second cage, as the boss will say. And we do see Akari pushing onto this. Oh, Genji, you're rude. Genji's still rude. Ooh, Akari barely misses that stun. But will, however, get the Genji back to back off the objective. As we do see the Horde Cavalry trying to break out. Oh! Lehman getting excellent kill onto Bob. Sorry, I missed that. Not Bob, onto the Genji. Excellent stuff from Bob. However, Bob does get leapt on, does get hit by the charge. Snarfungus was cancelled out, was interrupted out of it. Oh, actually not quite. It's not on that full cooldown. It's on a short cooldown. Bob went Diamond Skin. Very interesting. No, I think we're getting a bit sick of going down. If we look at it, actually, we do see Illusionist as well. So yeah, we're seeing basically the full Calamity build. The main difference is those two Q talents at 1 and 4. Because we usually do see something such as... E for Walker at 1 with this, as it would make the boss, not the boss, but the teleports of Calamity free. Anyway, it's like we were about to see a double fort phase here, as this one's very low and has a camp and relatively big wave pushing straight on. And meanwhile, the 4-man as well as the cavalry member pushes onto the spot 4 and looks like they're going to go march to keep. Thing to note is Blaze is very separated from their team. That will be a 5v4 if Boogans forever decide to run down the red team as well. It's not really too much they can do currently about that, as both teams are on 16 talent tiers, even though ICCA does have the advantage. We just see Akari now has joined the 4-man. This will be a heavy 5-man push. Sure, this cavalry member will go down, but interesting to see what the red team decide to do with the rest of this kind of push that they've managed to gather. But it looks like not too much more will happen. Trying to get this out, but oh, Bumnort does teleport out. Jacqueline Hyde does not quite get the slide on. Oh yeah, no, I know. Just it's interesting to see it overall. Oh, that ice wall and leap will get the Anduin go down. It will be non-champion just trying their best with that Dragon Blade, getting relatively low. We do see Dragon Claw coming out. Bob gets that Diamond's going to get out as they're just barely holding on. Oh, Cat Bellas. Oh, that's 4 health. That went 4. Oh my gosh, Bob, you're a brave son of a gun. I'm not saying the other word. But yeah, oh, that was so close. And reminder, no healer up on the side of ICCA, so everyone has to back up. Out. Okay. You're safe, Bob. Bob, you're safe. Bob! You got out safely, but jeez, give me a heart attack like that again, I swear. Whew. Anyway, we just see an excellent 1-for-1 there from both sides. Sure, Genji went down, but the healer went down on ICCA, which kind of... Healers going down stops a lot of plans in their tracks. And now we do see bottom boss being taken. We're kind of getting echoes of last time with a Brightwing nowhere near. The team showing him lane. Team taking the bottom boss, while the red team is taking their camp. However, in return, we do see a much earlier call to go for the boss. This time as Anduin's not too far away. And I think there is more to find off this top boss for this side of ICCA than the bot boss will find for Boogans forever. As this top boss will go on to a keep. And if you don't know much about this map, the most important thing to know is that these keeps equate to the amount of number plates the cores have. If you have 100, if you have all 3 number plates, you essentially, for argument's sake, have 100 armor. It's immortal. If you have 2, such as this one, it is 40. And if only 1, it is a 20% damage reduction. I believe it used to be 10 at some point. I've definitely heard the number 10 fall around, but if you click on the core, you'll see it has 10 physical and spell armor. 20 physical armor and 20 spell armor at any given point. Snarf Fungus getting heavily dove. Ice Wall coming out, keeping him alive. Snarf Fungus is able to get that salvation off, getting relatively low, and will go down, unfortunately. 2 people in bunker. Mountain Giant doing their best to siege away at this. And I think I'd like to see just the side of ICCA leave, as they've already lost 1. That is the healer gone. They're consistently losing the healer early on. Boogans Forever are very much diving that backline, making sure that the heal is unable to do anything. And I think this is where the Holy Word Salvation is kind of falling short. And where maybe that Light Bomb may have been the play. Just... there's so many interrupts, and the thing is, I did see Anduin holding on until their ult until late, so I thought they're going to go the just waiting out, see if they should go Light Bomb or not, or something else, but no, we did see them go that Holy Word Salvation, and it's not quite paying off at the moment. Who knows, it may change now that 20s are through, as we see Telrash's elements come through from the Li Ming. Anduin went the Varian's Legacy. Rain of Vengeance from Vala, the upgrade. Faster auto attacks. Every auto attack reduces the cooldown of it by 5 seconds, so more stuns. Blaze went the bunker upgrade. Blaze, if you don't know, has only 3 upgrades, and Burn Notice is just... wait, not Burn Notice. The auto attack talent on his 20 is just kind of bad compared to everything else. And May went the big one, going fully into that snowball build. On the left-hand side of Boogans Forever, we do see Ignore Pain from the... I nearly called it Joanna. That's not right. The Sonya. We do see the Dragon Blade upgrade from Genji, which is something I don't normally see often. I usually see X-Strike in saying that. We do see the Hunter's Blunderbuss from Greymane. Blink Heal from the Brightwing. And the Judgment upgrade of Angel of Justice from Material. And speaking of the Angel of Justice, we do hear Snarf did actually use their ult there. It was cancelled early on. Non-Champion does dive through with that Blade. Snarf trying to hard to keep it alive. Bob getting relatively low. Does use that. Diamond's going to get out. Does get pulled by Snarf Fungus. We did hear... oh, Bob, get back in there. Yeah, good. As we do see a lot of abilities being pushed. And that is everyone getting low. Excellent free-man stun by Akari. That will be an excellent cleanse, however, by Brightwing. Tom Bees is getting very low and will be the first to go down. Very surprised everyone else is able to get out. There's an excellent cleanse by Thundercats, keeping the majority of their team alive when I thought at least 2 more should have died in that instance. Excellent fight by the side of ICCA, and excellent disengage by Boogans Forever. And this will be a 18-minute objective over to the side of ICCA, which is painful. If I'm going to name it, one thing is painful. Really, I'd like to see ICCA push this top... well, they don't even really need to push this top 4, but I think it should be good as opening up that one lane could open up the end call. But in saying that, even with both these objectives down, not both, with all three keeps down, the core is very flimsy, to put it lightly. So the more I think about it, the more I actually like this mid call, just kind of opening up that extra damage. Right, this core's getting very low. We do see it May did go for snowball at 4, so it does turn off that. I pushed the wrong button. So it does turn it off, and we do see that so first keep going down. We may see, we're seeing a lot of abilities getting thrown out. That will be the second keep going down as all three keeps down. Snarf gets dove on. There's an excellent stun train by the side of Boogans Forever, as that is the Anduin going down first once again. Jacqueline barely dives into the bunker. Dodging everything else, but there's way too much in core, and that will be the game. And the series going over to ICCA, the Icecrown Citadel Archons. GG. Right, we do see that red team wins, and let me throw it over to, I nearly clicked the wrong thing, the stat screen. See that? I was more patient this time, and it's worked out better. Anduin definitely felt that loved that game, as they weren't really able to get much healing out with only 50k healing. However, it definitely was enough compared to the Bright Wings 89k, but we did see a damage difference between them. Sure, Thundercat's got a lot of extra side soak up, making sure to keep their team in it for a decent amount of time. However, it wasn't quite enough. I did like the definite the stun combo that the side of Boogans Forever had with the Tyrael Judgment, with the Sonya Leap and the Genji and the Greymane dive, and oh my gosh, it was very insane. But really, the side of ICCA did have the tools to shut it down. May did have that Ice Wall to peel, Blaze did have Bunker, Vala did have that stun, Li Ming did have the Wave of Force, and as much as I did speak ill about it, Anduin did have the Holy Word Salvation, even though it was interrupted a fair amount. Things to note here is there was definitely more siege from Sonya as a Blaze, but however that was shared with the Li Ming for kind of split soak, as we did see actually decent soak coming out from both sides. Things to note is the 16 kill line, yada yada. Vala definitely did a decent amount of damage that game with that W build, as well as Sonya actually not too far behind them over both the Greymane and the Genji. I have to say, I don't see Genji very often in these series, but I did like how it was utilized here. Sure, it may not be his best map, but it definitely was a nice niche pick. Anyway, for people who are interested, here are the builds. If you'd like to try them out at home, or even just look at them, just look at the remarkably pretty builds everyone used today. Yeah. Anyway, we do see a lot of pretty standard stuff, really. Tyrael standard, Brightwing that's coming a new standard. Sure, we don't see that 7 shield and AoE reveal, but that auto attack into extra cleanse kind of heal burst is doing a lot now with the cooldown of Soothing Mist, or Critical Mist I believe it's called, was changed in the recent patch to have a 75-second cooldown instead of like a 91, which is pretty impressive change. Things to know it was the Anduin. Yeah, in this end, I am going to talk about this. Is I don't think Salvation was a pick, as it was just kind of a bit too much to interrupt it, and we did see it get interrupted a fair amount. I'm wondering if Light Bomb would have been picked, especially with how much they were getting dove, because Tyrael has to kind of telegraph their dive with the big target kind of going on you and Tyrael flying in. Like, I would have liked to see the Light Bomb kind of being put on them just before everything went off, and it may have actually saved them with the shield and, well, the stuns being able to peel the enemy team of Boogans forever off them. But yeah, I would have liked to see maybe that come through instead of the Hollywood Salvation. Don't get me wrong, it did definitely work under some instances, but I do wonder how that would have changed the game. Anyway, we are really talking about the what-ifs, as I said, ICA did win. Other things to note, Dragon Blade, not really seen too much, especially if you see Dragon Claw at 4. You typically see the Zanshin at the 20, the AoE or the AoE deflect. However, I think Genji went a bit into that Dragon Blade, so they kind of went fully in. I did like how it went down. It did actually get a decent amount of value, as, again, I did say, Snarf was feeling that love once again on the healer role. But I think if you're getting Dove as a healer, you are definitely doing your job right to make everyone hate you enough to go onto you. Other than that, that really is all for this really to kind of notice. Yeah, okay, Variance Legacy as well, I think, is an interesting choice. It does definitely do amount of damage and heals yourself, but I already pointed out the Leeming thing, but ultimately, the more I think about it, and it was explained to me, that yeah, the survivability that is given from that spell armor was definitely enough, especially with things such as the Genji kind of pestering you with his dashes and his Qs. Right, let me throw it over to the map view so I can make my closing remarks. As we see here, we did see ICCA pick up the first map of I picked the right thing. Of Tomb of Spider Queen. It was then Infernal Shrines was taken by Boogans Forever. Boogans Forever did seem to be wanting to mount that comeback. It was actually a very good performance by them on Infernal Shrines. However, ICCA decided to nip that in the bud and make sure they claimed this victory, as I believe it may have been one of the last games for them for the season. Anyway, as we see, that was an excellent series, and I'd like to thank both. I'd say both teams did a remarkable job this series. I think both should hold their heads high. And anyway, that will be me for tonight, or at least for my night. For everyone else, I'd like to wish you a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you live. And I will see you all in the Nexus. Goodbye.